Step into the arena of minds. On this channel, every move is a clash of strategy, every sacrifice a turning point, and every game a battle for glory. Watch two players push the limits of creativity and calculation, as we bring you the drama, suspense, and excitement of chess like never before. Ivanchuk opens the game with e4, the classic spear thrust to seize the center, confident and commanding like a general stepping forward first into battle. Wesley replies with e6, calm, disciplined, the French defense. He doesn't rush, he builds a fortress, waiting for the perfect counterstrike. Ivanchuk develops his knight to c3, reinforcing the center and sharpening his blade for the fight ahead. Wesley brings out his bishop to b4, the pin of the French master, freezing that knight and whispering, "You move, you lose." So, in English. Ivanchuk strikes immediately with x5, trading pawns to open lines. He wants clarity, not clutter, a clean field for tactics. Wesley recaptures with x5, balance restored, but the tension simmers. Both sides now eye the heart of the board like predators. Ivanchuk develops his bishop to d3, elegant and threatening, staring right at s7, a bishop that dreams of chaos. Wesley calmly brings out his knight to f6, guarding key squares and preparing to castle, a sign that defense can be beautiful too. Ivanchuk castles kingside. Safety first, his king tucks in behind loyal pawns, ready for the midgame storm. Wesley castles right back, matching move for move, as if saying, "Whatever you can secure, I can fortify too." Nay, in Seo, no Borgshire. Ivanchuk's bishop glides to g5. The pin returns. Now, the black knight on f6 feels the heat, and Wesley must choose wisely. Wesley plays bg4, a mirror image. Both bishops point daggers at each other's knights. It's tension, symmetry, and psychological warfare all in one. Ivanchuk pushes f3, breaking the pin and shouting, "Enough games! Let's fight!" No. Wesley retreats his bishop to hive, sly, safe, but still watching, ready to strike later when the moment's right. Ivanchuk's knight leaps to f4, attacking the bishop and controlling the center. The tempo is his, the initiative in his grip. Wesley slides his bishop back to g6, calm under pressure, not giving in to panic, a classic so maneuver. Ivanchuk trades knights with nxg6, breaking the tension and opening dark squares for his light pieces to shine. Wesley recaptures rx6. His pawn structure shatters, but now he has open lines and raw attacking potential. Ivanchuk develops bg5, pinning again. He wants to squeeze every drop of pressure from these open files. Wesley hits back with chicks, solid, pragmatic, building a wall to keep the storm away for now. Ivanchuk thrusts fire in his veins. He's not defending, he's going for the throat, cracking open the kingside. Wesley coolly plays qb6, Counterattack. The queen eyes b2 and d4 at once. Defense turns into danger for white. Ivanchuk jumps nach, chasing that queen like a lion lunging for prey. But the move also looks toward b6, a bold chase. Wesley counters with qxd4 ae, a shocking queen strike right through the middle. The crowd gasps, a check and a steal in one move. Ivanchuk blocks with kone. The king steps aside, shaken but still alive, trusting his intuition to find shelter in chaos. Wesley brings in his knight with no.4, sharp, daring, and full of venom. The knight eyes f2, g3, and d2, a beast unleashed. Ivanchuk tries to build walls again with c3, throwing pawns like sandbags to slow the dark tide. Wesley's knight dives to f2 and 2. Bang. The fork, the chaos, the crowd roars. Ivanchuk's coordination is falling apart. Ivanchuk captures with rx f2, forced, painful, a desperate attempt to restore order. Wesley recaptures with qx f2, the queen joins the party. Black's attack is now pure fire and precision. Ivanchuk fights back with cxb4, taking a pawn, opening the queenside, maybe a counter chance? Maybe not. Wesley answers with f6, pushing the f-pawn, chasing the queen away, building pressure everywhere at once. Ivanchuk retreats qg4. His queen slides away like smoke, regrouping, trying to find that one counterpunch. Wesley smashes with fxc5, a brutal break. The f-file opens, and Wesley's pieces hunger for blood. Ivanchuk snaps back q6, check. One last flare of resistance, a spark of hope in the storm. Wesley sidesteps with kite, cool, almost smug. His king dances away untouched, ready to let his army finish the job. Ivanchuk pushes nc5, sharp and creative, trying to spark counterplay before the darkness closes in. Wesley calmly plays qxbd2, stealing another pawn, gaining material and momentum. The tide turns black. Ivanchuk unleashes qz6, hoping to spark chaos and find one more check before the storm swallows him whole. Wesley calmly slides kite. The Filipino ice king, unfazed, lets the wind pass while he sharpens his blade for later. Ivanchuk fights back with nc5. The knight swings in like a boomerang, slicing toward b7, aiming for counterplay on the queenside. Wesley answers with qxb2, cold and deadly, stealing a pawn and tightening the noose. Material now swings heavily his way. Ivanchuk doesn't flinch. He fires qha3, looking to keep the initiative alive with checks that sting like lightning. Wesley steps kagait, some a cool rhythm, refusing to give even a whisper of weakness. Ivanchuk repeats q6, maybe hoping for repetition, maybe just buying time to think in a battlefield of fire. Wesley slides kite again. The man simply won't blink. He's leading this dance of death with calm elegance. Ivanchuk rallies Arfane. The Rook joins the battle, locking eyes with Wesley's king, one last stand of resistance. Wesley answers qf6, stepping between the lines, queen and rook forming an iron wall of coordination. Ivanchuk tries qhat once more, repetition, or bluff. The audience can tell, but his spirit refuses to die. Wesley returns Kate, calm, unbothered, letting the waves crash while his advantage only grows. Ivanchuk pushes g3, a move to breathe, to open air for his king, and maybe to fuel a future pawn storm. Wesley brings in re8. His rook steps up like a war machine ready to deliver the final judgment. Ivanchuk grabs on b7 with next b7, a daring pawn steal, shouting, "If I fall, I'll fall swinging." Nenenenen, ken'll be a not finnen, has the doet, henkenge. Wesley counters with gsf4, exploding the kingside, tearing open lines for his rook and bishop to feast. Ivanchuk regains with resc4, rook to the rescue. He keeps things balanced, refusing to let black's g-file become a killing ground. Wesley strikes back Ryuanui. The rook bursts forward, check delivered with surgical precision. Ivanchuk slides kjtlo, sidestepping into safety, trying to hold the fortress together with trembling walls. Wesley launches q6. Queen and rook now form a deadly battery. Every square around white's king is under fire. Ivanchuk chooses q8. He trades queens, hoping to drain the venom out of Wesley's attack. Wesley recaptures rx, cold, methodical, transitioning into a one endgame without losing an ounce of control. Ivanchuk pushes nc5, trying to stir counterplay, perhaps dreaming of creating chaos in the calm. Wesley plays re7, solid, preparing his rooks to dominate the open files like twin cannons. Ivanchuk thrusts b5, pawn marching forward, the last rebellion of a proud warrior refusing surrender. Wesley's knight lands n7, reinforcing everything, sealing every leak, turning defense into inevitability. Ivanchuk trades nsd7. Simplification is his only hope now, clinging to any endgame dream. Wesley calmly recaptures rxd7. Order restored, black's pieces humming in perfect harmony. Ivanchuk advances, bsc. The pawn breaks through, small victories on the road to a doomed finale. Wesley answers r6. Rook behind pawn, picture perfect technique, cutting off all hope. Ivanchuk brings bb5. Finally the bishop joins, but it's too late to change fate. Wesley moves re8, persistent positional, keeping control while eyeing the e-file for dominance. Ivanchuk shifts rd4. He dreams of counterplay, but reality bites harder than hope. Wesley plays kf7. His king confidently marches forward, no longer hiding, ready to fight alongside his army. Ivanchuk checks with r4, desperate yet dignified, one last swing at glory. Wesley steps k6, no fear, walking through fire like a veteran of countless battles. Ivanchuk adds rg4, another check, still probing for weakness in an iron wall. Wesley sidesteps k5, closing in, calm, the finish line in sight. Ivanchuk moves kf3, Brave but doomed, Wesley answers Rf6 and forces resignation. Game over. A masterclass of control. Wesley so turns Ivanchuk's creativity into quiet collapse. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to bring you even more exciting chess games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.